morning, students. Once again, good morning to everybody. Today is the second class. Today I am going to work out the problems on receipts and payments account and income and expenditure account and balance sheet, so on. I hope that yesterday I already explained to you what is receipts and payments account and what is income and expenditure account and the difference between the income and expenditure account and receipts and payments account. And also I have already explained the how to convert the receipts and payments account into income and expenditure account. And also I have already explained the steps involved in conversion of receipts and payments account into income and expenditure account. So now, once again, I would like to refresh to prepare receipts and payments account. Receipts and payments account. As you know, this receipts and payments account contains the opening cash and bank balances are both, and also the closing cash or bank are both the balances. And this receipts and payments account contains both the revenue and capital items, whether it relates to the previous year or the current year or the next year. Whatever the cash received during a particular period, either it pertaining to the previous year or current year or the next year, we are going to show in the receipt side of receipts and payments account or debit side of receipts and payments account. And whatever the payments made, whatever the expenditure made, so all expenditure has to be shown in the payment side of receipts and payments account. Now, as you know, yesterday itself I already told you, you have to keep the textbook with you. That is volume 1 or part 1. In that, just as you know, yesterday itself I already told you, I cannot dictate each and every problem. Just I will tell you the numerical number or question number of question number in the textbook, and you have to keep that problem with you. And I am going to solve the exercise now. So I would like to tell you to take this accountancy volume 1, and you all of you open the page number 51. See here, accountancy volume 1. In this textbook, he has given the numerical questions. Page number 51. Page number 51 he has given. See, from the following particulars taken from the cash book of a health clerk, prepare receipts and payments account. See, as you know, with the help of the information what he has given, we are supposed to prepare the receipts and payments account. Now, I am going to show you how to prepare receipts and payments account. See here, this is the format of receipts and payment account. See here, I am going to write it here. Receipts and payments account. Receipts and payments account as on what he has given he has given the date, that is, he has not given the date, just your receipts and payments account of Health Club. He has given payments account of Health Club. So here we are going to record all receipts in the receipt side or left hand side. Here we have to write receipts, here rupees, and in the credit side we have to write payments and then rupees. See, I hope that all of you are having a textbook with you. Page number 51. That is, he has given the cash book of Health Club. See here, opening balance that here he has given. See here, opening balance. As I have already explained you, the opening receipts and payments account contains the opening cash and bank balance. So here, to opening balance, you are writing to opening balance, to opening balance. Here he has given cash in hand, cash in hand. Here he has given rupees 5,000. Likewise, cash at bank, he has given cash at bank 25,000. Cash at bank 25,000. And subscriptions received. As you know, subscription, it is the amount paid by the members of the club to the non-profit organization. So it is the amount paid by the members to keep alive their membership. That subscription may be paid monthly or quarterly or half yearly or yearly. So that is an income, that is a income received by the non-profit organization by subscriptions here, that is, two subscriptions we have received is 1,65,000. 1,65,000, and then donation to donations we have received is, that is 35,000. Donation received is 35,000. And then investment purchase. Investment purchase is a payment made by the non-profit organization. So it has to be shown in the payment side. By investment purchased, by investment purchased, so it is a capital item. So investment purchase is 80,000 rupees. And then rent paid, it is also an expenditure. By rent paid, amount is rent paid 20,000. Then general expenses is also an expenditure. General expenses paid by the organization is 21,500. 21,500, and postage and stationery, it is also an expenditure by postage and stationery. By postage and stationery, amount is, that is 2,000. And then courier charges courier charges is amount that is 1000. It is also an expenditure. And then sundry expenses. Sundry means miscellaneous expenditure. It is, as you know, for example, a small items purchased. So for that we are going to call it as a sundry expenses. It is also called as miscellaneous expenditure. Sundry expenses 2500. Sundry expenses is 2500. And then closing cash in hand. As you know, here in the receipt side we are going to show the opening cash and bank balance. And in the payment side, closing cash in hand here is given by closing cash in hand. Closing cash in hand here he has given, that is 12,000. Now we have to find out what is the cash at bank. Closing cash at bank we have to find out. That can be ascertained by finding out the difference between the receipts and payment side. See, as you know, here we have taken cash in hand, cash at bank, subscriptions received from the members and donations received from the public. So, and then what are all the payments made by the organization? All payments are to be shown in the payment side. That is, investment purchased, it is an asset. Rent paid, general expenses, postage and stationery, courier charges, sundry expenses and closing cash in hand. Now we have to find out the difference between these two. The difference between these two represents closing cash at bank. Now, so that is total comes to 2,30,000. So here also you write the same amount in the opposite side. $2,30,000. So now we have to find out the difference. So difference is that is 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 3 9. So here 9, 0 is there, we have to put 1. 9 plus 1, 10. 9 plus 1, 10. That is what carrier. 8 plus 9, 9 plus 4, 14. So 14 here. We to 14 to get 23, 9 we have to add. 14 plus 9, 23, 2 remains carried. So the difference is, as you know, 91,000. This is the closing, as you know, here is given cash at bank, closing balance. In your textbook, he has given the answer. So we got the cash at bank. The difference represents here by cash at bank. So this is the closing cash at bank. This is how we have to prepare the receipts and payments account. It is very, very important. In examination, they are going to ask to prepare income and expenditure account with the help of receipts and payments account. Because here why I have prepared this is to know how to prepare receipts and payments account with the help of the cash book. As you know, this receipts and payments account, we have taken into account the opening cash and closing cash in hand and cash at bank. And then whatever the amount received by the non-profit organizations, such as subscriptions from the members, and then donations received from the members or from the organization, and then investment purchase as an asset, rent paid, expenditure, general expenses expenditure, postage stationery purchase, courier charges, sundry expenses, and then the difference he has given closing cash. And now the difference between the receipts and the payment side represents the cash at bank. So I hope that, dear students, all of you have followed how to prepare the receipts and payments account. So in the previous class I have already explained what is receipts and payments account and what are all the items it contains. So now after this, let us pass on to another problem, another numerical number, that is exercise number 2, numerical number 2. I hope that you are having this textbook, and that is exercise number 2, numerical question number 2. It is in the page number 52. Just I will go through the problem, just I will read the problem. You can see. I hope that you are having the textbook, and I hope that you are going to see this problem number 2. So the receipts and payments account of Hari Mohan Charitable Institution is given. So receipts and payments account for the year ending March 31st, 2015. Receipt side, balance brought down, cash at bank 22,000, cash in hand 8,800, donation 32,000, subscriptions 50,200, endowment fund 60,000, legacies 24,000, interest on investment 3,800, interest on deposit 800, sale of old newspapers 500, and come to the payment side. Furniture 3,000, investment 55,000, advance for building 20,000, charities 60,000, salaries 10,400, rent and taxes 4,000, printing 1,000, postage 300, advertisement 1,100, insurance 4,800, and the closing cash at bank 32,000 and closing cash in hand 10,500. Here in this problem, he himself has given the receipts and payments account. What he has asked is, with the help of receipts and payments account, you are asked to prepare income and expenditure account after taking into consideration the following adjustments. Here he has given, prepare the income and expenditure account for the year ended March 31st, 2015 after considering the following. So he has given the adjustments, various adjustments. Adjustment number 1 is, it was decided to treat, very carefully go through this, it was decided to treat 50% of the amount received on account of legacies and donations as income. He has given 50% of legacies and donation what you have received, that has to be treated as income, and another 50% has to be treated as a capital fund. And adjustment number 2, liabilities to be provided for, that is expenditure incurred but not paid. The various liabilities are rent rupees 800, salaries rupees 1,200, advertisement rupees 200, and adjustment number 3 is rupees 2,000 due for interest on investment was not actually received. It is the income earned but not received. It is the income earned but not received. Dear students, as you know, in the yesterday itself I already explained how to convert the receipts and payments account into income and expenditure account. So in the first problem, I have already worked out how to prepare receipts and payments account. And in the second problem, he himself has given receipts and payments account and adjustments. With this receipts and payments account and adjustments, you are asked to prepare income and expenditure account. As now I have already explained what is income and expenditure account. Once again, just I would like to refresh your mind. An income and expenditure account is a nominal account as it is concerned with the losses and expenses and incomes and gains. As now in income and expenditure account, we are going to take into account only the revenue items, only the revenue receipts and revenue payments. And next is, as you know, in this income and expenditure account, in income and expenditure account, we are going to take into account the items which relate to the current year only. We are not going to take into account the items which relate to the previous year or the items which relate to the next year. In income and expenditure account, as you know, we are going to take into account other adjustments such as, that is non-cash items such as depreciation if any, and then bad debts, reserve for bad and doubtful debts, we have to take into account in income and expenditure account. One thing should be noticed here, income and expenditure account, we are going to take into account only the revenue receipts and revenue payments, but not the capital receipts and capital payments. So now I will show you how to prepare income and expenditure account with the help of the receipts and payments account. Expenditure account of Hari Mohan Charitable Institution. Charitable institution for the year ended 31st March 2015. See here, as I have already explained yesterday, even though we call it as an income and expenditure account, we are going to record all expenditure in the debit side. Even though we call it as income and expenditure account, we are not going to record income in the debit side. In this income and expenditure account, we are going to record all expenditure in the debit side or expenditure side and all incomes in the income side. So here, this is expenditure. Rupees. This is incomes. Rupees. So now you come to this receipts and payments account what he has given. In this receipts and payments account, see here, firstly you come to this receipt side, that is income side of an income and expenditure account. In the receipt side, he has given two balance, cash at bank and cash in hand. As I have already told you, we have to pursue the receipts and payments account carefully. And the second part is exclude the opening and closing cash or bank balance. We should not take the cash at bank and cash in hand what he has given. And the next one is, as you know, he has given donations. So he had two donations, by donation. What he has given regarding donation are the income. So here it was decided to treat 50% of the amount received on account of legacies and donations as income. So 50% of donations. So donations 50%. So here we have given donation is 32,000. 50% of that comes to 16,000. And then buy subscriptions. Buy subscription. See here, donation is nothing but it is the cash or the property given by the public to the non-profit organization. So for that we are going to call it as donation. And a subscription means, as you know, the members are supposed to pay the subscription amount to keep alive their membership to the non-profit organization. They may pay this subscription monthly or quarterly or half-yearly or yearly. So this is an income, revenue income. Subscriptions, here they are given subscriptions 50,200. Just let us see, is there any adjustments as given regarding subscription? So no adjustments. So straight away you can take subscriptions 50,200. By subscription 50,200. And then endowment fund. Endowment fund is a capital item. It should not be taken. That should go to balance sheet. The endowment fund is nothing but it is the amount, it is the cash or the property given by the public to the non-profit organization. So it is a capital item that should not be taken. And legacies, here he has given 24,000. Regarding legacies, one adjustment. 50% of legacies has to be capitalized. By legacy, amount is legacies. By legacies, 50% he has given. 50% of that legacies is, that is, he has given 24,000, that comes to 12,000. So now, this legacy, I think you are having doubt regarding legacy. What is legacy? So legacy is nothing but, it is the amount given by the public or any other person to the non-profit organization, either in cash or in property, according to his will. According to his will. So that is what is called legacies. Once again, legacies are the gifts or donations given by the deceased person or any other person. The deceased person means the person who is going to die, the person who is on the deathbed, deceased person or any other person in the form of cash or in the form of property given by him to the non-profit organization as per his will. So that is what is called legacies. So 50% we have taken legacies, that is 12,000. Next one is interest on investment. It is also an income by interest on investment. By interest on investment, here regarding this interest on investment, one adjustment he has given, adjustment number 3. Rupees 2,000 due for interest on investment was not actually received. So interest on investment they have received 3,800, but at the end of the year again 2,000 rupees is due. That is an income. So interest on investment 3,800. You take in the inner column. To this and outstanding, that is income earned but not received, and outstanding interest on investment 2,000. So that is totally 5,000. Totally 5,800. and interest on deposit by interest on deposit, that is deposits, interest on deposits rupees 800. Then sale of old newspaper. Sale of old newspaper is a revenue income by sale of old newspapers. By sale of old newspapers, 500 rupees. So these are all the income receipt side. Now you come to the payment side of the receipts and payments account. So here, in the payment side here is given, that is you have to take all payments in the expenditure side. So in the payment side here is given furniture. So furniture is a capital item that should not be taken into account. It is a furniture purchased by the non-profit organization. So it is not a revenue expenditure. It is a capital expenditure because we are going to use this furniture for a longer period. So therefore, that should not be taken in income and expenditure account. And this investments. Investment is also a capital item. Suppose they have purchased shares of any other companies. They have purchased government bonds. They have invested in purchasing the shares or any other government bond. That is considered as investments. That should not be taken in the income and expenditure account. And then advance for building. That is also, that should not be taken. It is an advance given by the non-profit organization for construction of a building or for a purchase of a building. Then charities. Charities is the expenditure. It is the amount paid by the non-profit organization to charities. It is paid frequently by the non-profit organization to any other institutions. So that is charities is rupees 60,000. And then salaries, 2 salaries. So regarding this salary, one adjustment we have. So salary amount here is given 10,400. One adjustment number 2, that is salary rupees, the liabilities to be provided for salaries rupees 1,200. That is salary incurred but not paid. It is an expenditure incurred but not paid. So we have to add to this outstanding salary. That is the amount is 1,200. Total comes to 11,600. And then rent and taxes to rent and taxes. Here he has given rent and taxes 4,000. For this rent and taxes also one adjustment is there. Outstanding liability 800 rupees. That is O bar S stands for outstanding. Rent, that is rupees 800. 800 rupees. So total is 4,800. 4,800. And then printing is also an expenditure to printing. Rupees 1,000. Regarding printing, any adjustments? No adjustments. So printing is rupees 1,000. Printing is rupees 1,000. Then postage. It is also an expenditure to postage. We have to take into account in expenditure side. Postage is rupees 300. No adjustments regarding postage. Advertisements. 2 advertisements. Regarding advertisement, one adjustment we are having. So advertisement paid is 1100. To this add outstanding, incurred but not paid. Advertisement is 200 rupees. So total amount is 1300. 1300 is the advertisement. And then insurance, it is also an expenditure. Through insurance, amount is, he has given, that is 4,800. 4,800. After this, you once again you go through all adjustments. If any adjustment is left out, you have to take into account. Here, in this problem, we have taken all adjustments: rent, salaries, and advertisement. Interest on investment also we have taken, and we have treated this 50% of donation and legacies. So no depreciation on this. So now you find out the difference between these two. As I have already told you, income and expenditure account represents either excess of income over expenditure or excess of expenditure over income. So in this problem, just by observation, we are able to say that the income side is more than the expenditure side. So now you total this income side first. Total this income side first. 0, 0. So the income side total is 85,100. You put this on the other side also. 85,100. 85,100. And you find out the difference between these two. That is 0, 0. $200. 50,200. Then it comes to 85,300. Here also you put this 85,300. Now you find out the difference between these two. That is 0, 0. 28 plus 5, 28 plus 5, 33. Please carry up. 40 plus 1, 50. And carry up. 6 plus 1, 7, 7 plus 1, 8, 8. So here 1,500 we got the difference. This is considered as, that is, to excess of income over expenditure. Excess of income over expenditure. So here in your textbook that he has given excess of income over expenditure, in the old textbook here he has given 2,500. It is not 2,500. I have worked out this problem. It is not 2,500. The answer is 1,500. This is the correct answer. 1,500 is the correct answer, students. So, like this we have to prepare income and expenditure account. See, I hope that all of you follow. So all expenditure has to be shown in the debit side or expenditure side, and you have to take into account adjustments. And likewise, all incomes, whatever the income received by, revenue income received by the non-profit organization has to be shown in the income side or credit side of an income and expenditure account. This is how. So you have to total the, which side is more, you have to, just by observation we are able to say that income side is more. That is 85,300, and put that amount on the other side also, and this difference we are going to get is 1,500. So 1,500 is the excess of I over E. I over E means excess of income over expenditure. That I already told you. If the income side is more than the expenditure side, then we are going to get excess of income over expenditure. That is 1,500 is the correct answer for this problem. And dear students, I hope that all of you worked out, all of you understand this problem. You know how to prepare income and expenditure account with the help of receipts and payments account. Now, I would like to take up another problem, that is exercise number 3, numerical problem number 3 in this textbook. So I hope that all of you are having this problem number 3 with you. It is somewhat a little bit different, and with this help we have to prepare income and expenditure account. So I hope that all of you are having this problem number 3. Now I will read out this problem number 3 in from my textbook. Just you go through that. From the following particulars, prepare income and expenditure account. Here in this problem, you are asked to prepare income and expenditure account. The details here he has given. Fees collected including rupees 80,000 on account of the previous year, 5,20,000. Fees for the year outstanding 30,000. Salary paid including rupees 5,000 on account of the previous year. Salary outstanding at the end of the year rupees 3,000. Entertainment expenses 8,000. And then tournament expenses 25,000. Meeting expenses 18,000. Traveling expenses 7,000. Purchase of books and periodicals including rupees 31,000 for purchase of books. So 40,000. So this 40,000 includes 31,000 rupees of books, and rent 15,000. Postage and telegrams and telephone rupees 6,000. Printing and stationery rupees 18,000. Donations received 25,000. Dear students, here he has given some information. With this given information, you are asked to prepare income and expenditure account. So he has not given the date or any name, just you write the income and expenditure account. So I am going to rub this problem. You rule for income and expenditure account for problem number 3. Exercise number 3, numerical problem number 3. The same format here. You are having this problem. First one is, see this what I have wrote is income and expenditure account. In the debit side you have to write expenditure, and in the income side and our credit side you have to write the incomes. First one is fees collected including rupees 80,000 on account of the previous year. Fees collected is a revenue item, so it has to be shown in the income side by fees collected. By fees collected including rupees 80,000 on account of the previous year. So what is the fees collected? Rupees 5,20,000. This includes the fees for the previous year. So we should not consider the previous year. So we have to less rupees 80,000 from this 5,20,000. In the column 5,20,000 less last year. L or Y or last year. If I write this last year or previous year. So this 5,20,000 includes last year fees rupees 80,000. So we have to less this 80,000. That comes to 4,40,000. And then fees for the year outstanding. So here you have to put it in color. 4,40,000. And then here he has given fees for the year outstanding. For the current year, still outstanding. It is income earned but not received. That is, we have to add outstanding fees for the current year rupees 30,000. So that comes to 4,70,000. Fees collected. That is salary paid including rupees 5,000 on account of the previous salary paid is an expenditure. Here two salary paid, two salary including rupees 5,000 on account of the previous year. Previous year include agide. So 68,000. From this we have to less last year. We don't want the last year salary rupees 5,000. So we have to less. That is 63,000. Salary outstanding at the end of the year. 63,000 inner column. We put this inner column. And then to this add outstanding salary. Salary outstanding at the end of the year 3,000. So we have to add this 3,000. So any other adjustments? No adjustments. Total is 63 plus 3, 66,000. And then entertainment expenses to entertainment expenses rupees 8,000. Rupees 8,000. Then to tournament expenses. Here regarding tournament expenses, he has not given tournament fund. If he has given tournament fund, then we have to show as a deduction in the balance sheet. So here in this problem particularly, he has not given the tournament fund. So therefore directly you take it to expenditure side of the income and expenditure account. Tournament expenditure. Tournament expenses here he has given 25,000. Tournament expenses 25,000. Meeting expenses. As you know, they are going to conduct, they are supposed to conduct meeting every month or once in 2 months or once in 3 months. So what is the expenditure incurred in connection with this meeting? We are going to call it as meeting expenses. That is, how much meeting expenses is 18,000. Meeting expenses is 18,000. And then traveling expenses to traveling traveling expenses, that amount is 7,000. Purchase of books and periodicals, including rupees 30,000 for purchase of books. See, as you know, purchase of books and periodicals, total amount is 40,000. This 40,000 includes 31,000 for the purchase of books. So book is a capital item. What is the book purchased by a non-profit organization is a capital item that should not be recorded. So therefore, out of this 40,000, that rupees 31,000 includes for the books purchased. So here periodicals. Periodicals, that is 40,000 in a column. From this less books purchased, books purchased 31,000, including 31,000 for books purchased. So this 40,000 includes 31,000 rupees of books purchased by a non-profit organization. So therefore the balance is only 9,000 they have paid towards periodicals. And then to rent, so rent 15,000, no adjustments. Rent 15,000. Postage, telegrams and telephone 2. Postage, telegrams and telephone. Postage, telegram and telephones 6,000 rupees. Then printing and stationery 18,000. Printing and stationery rupees 18,000. And then lastly, donation received is a income. As in donation here, he has not given any instructions. So therefore, we are going to treat that donation as a revenue income. So by donations, by donations 25,000. 25,000. So now we have to find out the difference between these two. So just by observation, and we have to total this. Just by observation, this income side is more than the expenditure side. So you total this 4,95,000 total. So you put that amount on the other side also. $4,95,000, and you find out the difference. Difference is 000. 3,23,000. So 3,23,000 is the excess of here students you write. So income side total is 4,95,000. You put that amount here also in the expenditure side. The difference is to excess of 5/E is rupees 3,23,000. This is the answer you are supposed to get. That is 3,23,000. Students, here in your textbook, in some textbook or in some old textbooks, here the answer he has given is 3,07,000. That is not the correct answer. That is a wrong answer. In the textbook he has given, in some textbooks, particularly in the old textbooks, he has given answer is excess of income over expenditure 3,07,000. That is not the correct answer. You get it rectified. The correct answer is 3,23,000. Dear students, I hope that all of you have followed how to prepare income and expenditure account with the help of receipts and payments account. So in the next class, let us see how to prepare income and expenditure account and balance sheet with the help of the information given in the textbook. So thank you to all students, and then if you are having any doubts, I will get it clarified in the regular classes. I hope that all of you have followed. Thank you to all.